started my NBA career and where I was helping.
Whose greatness, though brief, was undeniable and deserves to be remembered for what it was, not what it could have been. Jeffrey George Ruland stood 6'10" and weighed 240 pounds. He came from Bayshore, New York, and represented a unique and dominant force in the NBA during the early to mid-1980s. His ascent was rapid. He earned consecutive selections to the NBA All-Star team in 1984 and 1985. His impactful presence in the paint, combined with his rugged style of play alongside Rick Mahorn, earned the Washington Bullets front court the intimidating nickname, the Beef Brothers. For a brief moment, Ruland was one of the premier centers in the world. But before the glory, there was chaos. Ruland's path to the NBA was complicated by turmoil and scandal at Iona College. Despite his dominance on the court, his collegiate career spanned 3 seasons from 1977 to 1980. The 6'10" center led the Gales to an impressive 3-year record of 69 wins and 21 losses. That's a 767 winning percentage. He secured the school's first 2 NCAA tournament appearances. Ruland was a 2-time All-American in 1979 and 1980. He finished his Iona tenure with an elite scoring average of 20.8 points per game, ranking him third all-time at the school. The pinnacle of this era was the 1979 to 1980 season. The Jim Valvano-coached Gales achieved a 29 wins and 5 losses record. During this spectacular run, Iona defeated the second-ranked Louisville Cardinals, the eventual NCAA champions, in the regular season. The Gales advanced in the 1980 NCAA tournament, securing the program's first and only tournament victory by defeating Holy Cross before being narrowly defeated by Georgetown in the round of 32. The success was quickly overshadowed by scandal. The most sensational accusation centered on alleged point shaving by teammates during the NCAA tournament game against Georgetown. This controversy was explicitly not attributed to Ruland. He was not involved, but the center was nonetheless directly implicated in institutional chaos. In May 1980, the program was hit by charges that the school had engaged in illegally subsidizing players, a clear violation of NCAA rules. Former Iona coach Jim Valvano was even identified as a part owner of one of the bars involved. Ruland's own immediate future was sealed when it was revealed he had signed with agent Paul Corvino. This forfeited his amateur status and forced his entry into the NBA draft as an underclassman. The president of Iona attempted unsuccessfully to restore Ruland's eligibility, claiming Ruland had been sweet-talked and coerced. The existence of the subsidy and agent controversy, separate from the point-shaving accusations against his teammates, created such a toxic environment that Ruland's continuation in the U.S. collegiate system became impossible. The fact that Ruland could emerge from that controversy and immediately dominate shows his immense focus and talent. We explore the untold stories of resilient athletes like him every week. If you enjoy content that goes beyond the headlines, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Now, let us know in the comments, which player do you think had the most chaotic path to the pros? Although he was selected in the second round, 25th overall, of the 1980 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors, he did not immediately join the league. Instead, Ruland opted to begin his professional career playing for FC Barcelona in Spain's Liga ACB during the 1980 to 1981 season. There, he won both the Liga ACB champion title and the Copa del Rey. This year spent overseas, necessitated by the NCAA controversy, delayed his NBA debut by a critical year. He was eventually traded to the Washington Bullets before his rookie season. Upon joining the Washington Bullets, Ruland demonstrated immediate impact. He earned NBA All-Rookie First-Team honors in 1982. Ruland's career pinnacle occurred during the 1983 to 1984 and 1984 to 1985 seasons, culminating in 2 consecutive All-Star selections. The 1983 to 1984 season stands out as his statistical peak. Ruland was a relentless force, averaging 22.2 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game. Furthermore, he led the entire NBA in minutes per game, clocking an exhausting 41.1 minutes per contest. This triple-double caliber performance was notably demonstrated against all-time great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Los Angeles Lakers in February 1984. In that game, Ruland tallied 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists. At that moment, Jeff Ruland was one of the best centers in the world, but this exceptional workload must be viewed as a crucial accelerant for his ensuing physical collapse. Playing 41.1 minutes per night, especially for a player of his imposing stature, placed immense, unsustainable cumulative trauma on his joint structures. Beyond the raw numbers, Ruland's playing style offered a glimpse into the future evolution of the center position. Analysts have specifically identified him as a center who possessed unexpected finesse for his size, leading to comparisons with modern, highly skilled big men like Nikola Jokic. Ruland's unique skill set was rooted in his excellent passing vision and high basketball IQ. He was one of the premier passing centers of his time, an archetype that was highly unusual decades before the NBA began to prioritize guard skills in its big men. He was capable of handling the ball well for a player of his stature, often leading the fast break after securing a defensive rebound. This ability, likely influenced by his year spent in European basketball, positioned him uniquely alongside other passing pioneers like Bill Walton and, later, Arvydas Sabonis. Had Ruland's body sustained the rigors of the NBA, he possessed the combination of traditional low-post dominance and advanced perimeter passing skills necessary to have been a historical pioneer. He could have established the positionless, high-utility center role decades earlier than its modern execution. The trajectory of Ruland's career dramatically inverted almost immediately after his 1984 peak. Beginning with the 1984 to 1985 season, a left knee injury significantly derailed his momentum. His games played plummeted from 75 in 1983 to 1984 to 37, then 30, and finally just 5 games for the Philadelphia 76ers during the 1986 to 1987 season. That's only 72 games over 3 years before his initial retirement. Crucially, Ruland suffered from what was termed brittle feet issues and repeated broken bones in his feet that had become chronic. The associated pain was so intense that Ruland publicly stated he sometimes almost passed out from the agony. Simultaneously, the left knee deteriorated radically. The cartilage lining eroded, leading to persistent swelling. The joint reached a stage where Ruland could not even bend it, putting him on the verge of having to walk with a cane by the age of 28. This forced his premature retirement in 1987. The combination of Ruland's large size, the immense athletic load imposed by his league-leading minutes, and chronic foot issues created a perfect storm for mechanical failure. The resulting trauma required an exceptional number of surgical interventions. In total, Ruland underwent 8 surgeries specifically on his left knee. In addition, Ruland required surgery on both shoulders, his left elbow, and his right Achilles tendon. This documents a systemic orthopedic failure, confirming that his retirement was not due to a single injury, but a body fundamentally incompatible with the physical requirements of professional basketball. After a 5-year absence, Ruland staged an amazing comeback attempt in the 1991 to 1992 season. He rejoined the Philadelphia 76ers, playing in 13 games. However, this brief resurgence was abruptly terminated by the final defining injury of his career. During his comeback attempt, Ruland suffered a partial tear of his right Achilles tendon following an alleged incident outside the Boston Garden. He contended that a Boston Celtics employee struck his leg with a luggage cart. The injury progressed rapidly. The Achilles tendon suffered a total rupture during the 4th professional game, played after the alleged cart impact. He finished that season with the 76ers and played only 11 games for the Detroit Pistons the following year before retiring permanently at age 34. Ruland subsequently filed a civil lawsuit, Ruland versus Boston Celtics, alleging that the incident outside the Boston Garden caused the career-ending injury. The plaintiff sought $25 million in damages. After 9 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict entirely in favor of the Boston Celtics, denying Ruland the $25 million recovery. The Celtics' successful defense was built upon 3 interconnected arguments. First, the defense argued that the plaintiff failed to establish that the Celtics staff were negligent. Second, the defense contended that Ruland could not prove that the alleged cart incident was the direct cause of the total tendon rupture. Third, and most critically, the defense leveraged Ruland's severe medical history. They argued that the radical left knee surgery Ruland had undergone previously placed inordinate pressure upon his healthy right leg, thereby causing the right Achilles tendon to degenerate naturally. This medical legal argument proved decisive. The defense effectively convinced the jury that the total Achilles rupture was an inevitable consequence of chronic structural imbalance stemming from the compromise of his left leg. The necessity of Ruland's 8 knee surgeries ultimately created an inescapable legal vulnerability. He was defeated in court by his own broken body. But his story didn't end there. Following his final retirement from playing in 1993, Ruland immediately transitioned into coaching. He began as an assistant coach for the Philadelphia 76ers before returning to his alma mater, Iona. From 1998 to 2007, he led the Iona Gales to 3 MAC tournament championships and 1 regular season title. This resulted in 3 NCAA tournament appearances. He became the school's 2nd all-time winningest coach. Later, Ruland coached the University of the District of Columbia. Despite the school being on NCAA probation during his entire tenure, Ruland managed to guide the Firebirds from a 1-win and 20-loss record in his first season to a 22-win and 6-loss mark in his third year. He secured the school's first NCAA Division II tournament appearance in 25 years. He subsequently maintained his connection to professional basketball by being hired as an advanced scout for the Washington Wizards in 2015. Jeff Ruland's true legacy is not one of what if. It's one of incredible talent, toughness, and unparalleled resilience. He was a 2-time All-Star who played a style of basketball that was decades ahead of its time. He overcame scandal, endured unimaginable pain, and even when his body betrayed him in court, he rebuilt his life and career. That's not a tragedy, that's triumph. Jeff Ruland's story is a powerful reminder of how fragile a legendary career can be. What do you remember most about McFilthy and the Beef Brothers? Share your memories in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into basketball history.